According to a report released by the mayor's office, the Oscars is able to generate more than $200 million to the local economy here in Los Angeles. It's costing Singapore about $15 million to host the summit, but everyone I've talked to here all say it's worth it for regional stability. Singapore has hosted a lot of international events before, but nothing to this extent. So right now we are here at the red carpet area for the 91st Oscars Academy Awards that's about to start tonight here in just a few hours. So I'm going to show you an exclusive behind the scenes look at where the celebrities are going to be coming in tonight. Even with a record amount of women elected into Congress, both men and women here say that there is still much more to be accomplished. As China tries to suppress any sort of commemoration of the Tiananmen protests, rallies and vigils overseas like these here in Washington stand as proof that the world has not yet forgotten. As the Korean Americans continue to hope for peace, so do the visitors here at the Korean War Memorial, a place where people are reminded of the 30,000 Americans who lost their lives fighting for peace among the Korean Peninsula. As we come on the air right now at 4, the entire DC region under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 tonight. From the iconic red carpet rollout, road closures, to Oscar-themed stores, Hollywood is making its final touches before the big night filled with celebrities, gowns, and glamour. The red carpet stretches more than 900 feet down Hollywood Boulevard to the Dolby Theater. For many, the week of preparations leading up to Sunday night is the most exciting part of it all. One Oscar superfan has been making her way to Hollywood for 10 years now.
Just every year I keep adding pins and patches and just have a good time watching them set up for the Oscars. This year I'm rooting for Bohemian Rhapsody and I want Rami Malek to win Best Actor.
A group of longtime high school friends say they plan their trip to Los Angeles to witness preparations for the Academy Awards.
We are big-time Academy Award fans. We're going to have a party. We're going to get all decked out in our phony jewels and our long dresses.
According to a report released by the mayor's office, the Oscars is able to generate more than $200 million to the local economy here in Los Angeles.
Here's that small latte. We just made a bunch of breakfast sandwiches, more than apparently we've ever made. So, I mean, there's just a lot of excitement in here. The red carpet's already out.
The Academy Awards attract thousands of tourists to Hollywood from all over the world, and local businesses benefit from the money they spend.
A lot of people come here and they see the trophies, associate that with the Oscars, and they buy them. They sell out quickly.
Tickets to the Oscars are not sold to the public, but lucky winners of the red carpet ticket lottery will be able to witness the glittering arrivals from the bleachers. The Oscars this year will not have a host for only the second time in the ceremony's history. Anna Kook, VOA News, Los Angeles. From the busy streets of Singapore to local restaurants, you can taste the excitement and anticipation for the Trump-Kim summit. One restaurant is featuring a Trump-Kim hamburger.
So burger will be representing America, whereby the kimchi patties will be representing Korea. So by having these two combinations, it works as a seal of friendship.
Another restaurant here put a special spin on a local Singaporean dish, nasi lemak, by adding dry-aged beef imported from the U.S.
Why dry-aged U.S. beef? And because we say we want to make Trump feel loved, because he, in every single negotiation, he said, I want to export my U.S. beef, you know.
Singaporeans have also cooked up a new peace slogan.
No nuclear, no war, do business.
It's costing Singapore about $15 million to host the summit, but everyone I've talked to here all say it's worth it for regional stability.
I think there's no price for world peace. As Singaporeans, we just want peace, prosperity, and lots of money coming in for the year.
Singapore is an international city with a diverse population, including a majority of Chinese, Malay, and Indian. Local residents say that diversity makes the city the perfect place to host the summit.
Everything happening around Asia, so I think this is the perfect place.
The Singapore Mint has even released 3 commemorative coins with the words World Peace on one side of the coin and a Trump-Kim handshake on the other. The coins are sold up to around $1,000 and are now sold out. In Singapore, Anna Kook, News Channel 8.
Back now to the big international story, the historic summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Anna Kook of our staff, she's interning with us, is in the Republic of Singapore right now, covering the summit for the Medill School at Northwestern University and us as well. And she's with us on the newsline right now to give us a first-hand look at what's going on. Anna, you're, of course, 12 hours ahead of us, so we appreciate your staying up late for us. I'm interested in where we are right on the threshold of this big meeting. No one knows exactly what's going to come out of it, but leading up to it, for instance, Kim Jong-un spent much of the evening there driving around the city of Singapore, being very much of a tourist. What's going on there as a result of having the motorcade and all his security people around?
Right. So after Kim Jong-un arrived yesterday, it was really hard to get a glimpse of him. He spent most of his time inside his motorcade or inside his hotel, but he made an unexpected tour around the city. He made a visit to Marina Bay Sands, which is a very iconic tourist attraction here in Singapore. And that's when swarms of people, local residents here, rushed to the streets just to get a glimpse or a picture of Kim Jong-un. And people were telling me that this was really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So it was a pleasant surprise and just a lot of excitement on the streets just to get a glimpse of the Supreme Leader.
This is your home. It is a beautiful place by all accounts. I've not been there, so I'll rely on your accounts of this. But this is putting Singapore very much center stage right now. What do Singaporeans think about having this venue right in their backyard?
Right. Singapore has hosted a lot of international events before, but nothing to this extent. And I've talked to a lot of local residents here today, and they were saying that it's such an honor for them to host such a meaningful summit and to be able to advance perhaps regional or even world peace. And there's so much excitement here that I even visited a local restaurant here today that featured a themed Trump Kim burger. So there's just a lot of excitement going on here, and Singaporeans are really happy to be the host country of this meeting.
I see. And what has been the response over there in Washington?
Well, Arya, as usual, there has been no press briefing or official response from the White House, but President Trump has told reporters that he thinks it is too early to draw any conclusions if North Korea is getting ready for another missile launch. And in response to all of this, members of the U.S. Congress here have expressed frustration, saying that President Trump has kept them in the dark and has failed to provide any sort of information on North Korea's nuclear weapons program. But in response to the summit in Hanoi, however, Democrats and Republicans alike have actually commended President Trump for walking away and for being unwilling to lift any sort of sanctions on the North Korean regime. 很多粉丝与游客们都汇集到好莱坞目睹奥斯卡的准备工作。美国之音 annakook 报道。
跟我们分享一下你的经历，有没有什么有趣的故事？
明星大驾早到红地毯以前，我一直在红地毯上经历了整个奥斯卡典礼准备的过程。